Just be here, guys. We're back to a new regular show review, and if you haven't watched one, go and check it out. We're back with the next 3 episodes of season 7 of regular show. Yeah, we start with the first one, and it starts with Benson giving the task for everybody at the park today, and yeah, how Muscle Man is having to take out the trash, do the cement, and just do all these other tasks as well. And yeah, you gotta feel bad for Muscle Man. And yeah, after everybody did all their tasks, Benson is saying of how Muscle Man is having to play some more sprinklers. And yeah, he has just had enough. And he's like, they're just using him for his muscle when they don't even consider of his smarts, which he's going to prove to them that he is can be used for smarts. And yeah, he goes over to this office building and wanting to do a job, and this guy is just trying to open this pickle jar, and yeah, Muscle Man opens it, and he's like, "Whoa!" And he's been trying to open it for the whole day, and he's like, "I think I do have a job for you," and gives him this own office, and yeah, he's actually he's actually doing pretty well of what it's gonna do well, but when he's bored, he just sees these three guys just talking. And yeah, of course they're not laughing when he's just cracking a joke with his mom. And then yeah, he's just studying, and even when it's nighttime, he's still there studying. And then the next day, he looks completely different, like Chains Mitch has been looking. And yeah, they really appreciate it, and really starting to appreciate more of Muscle Man now. And yeah, we see Mordecai, Rigby, and High Five Goes having to do Muscle Man's job, and see Muscle Man doing his job at the office, and even opening bag of chips, which those are very easy to do, and even helping with the water as well. And yeah, just very good for Muscle Man, I would say. And of course, Benson is wondering what they're doing, sitting around, that they need to get back to work. And of course, they have no choice but to go and get Muscle Man back. And yeah, they go over to the office trying to tell him that they want him back, and they think he is smart. And yeah, they get introduced to Muscle Man's help workers, co-workers, and yeah, again, they're just really wanting Muscle Man back. Right? Again, they think he is smart, but they just slave, and they see the corporate who actually got promoted up, and yeah, we see that he's just a skeleton now. And with this hamster wheel on generating, yeah, the dark truth behind this whole company. And yeah, these people are crazy, and the fact that there are even robots as well. And yeah, Mordecai, Rigby, and High Five Ghost try to help as well. And yeah, everybody just robots and getting electrocuted and having to fight them, and Muscle Man doing on this computer, and yeah, seeing the robots explode. And yeah, we see this card game, which then this one guy's coming over to Muscle Man, and he gets the computer and throws it, and it's about to self-destruct, and yeah, it ends up self-destructing, and he wishes that he could just prove that he can have the smart. But then he has actually one last thing he wants to try. And yeah, going to the coffee shop and doing this open mic night. And yeah, of course nobody's laughing, and they're like, well, at least has the muscle. Which yeah, very funny episode. Then we go to the next one, and this is another interesting one. And yeah, it starts with Mordecai, like he is flying, like he's this pilot, and everybody's just appreciating of Mordecai. Like, yeah, this is obviously a fantasy. This is obviously a dream that Mordecai is having, and everybody just appreciating on Mordecai, and they're all free cheering for him. And then, yeah, Benson is just trying to get his attention. Like, he can't even get his concentrate. And then Benson gets a call from Mr. Maellard saying that there's a package that needs to be signed for at his mansion, and he's needing somebody to go over there and wait and sign for the package. And yeah, Mordecai and Rigby are saying that they could do it, and everybody else is busy, which then they give the code to get into the mansion, and of course saying that they better be waiting on the time. And yeah, we see them driving to the mansion, and it's really cool. And the inside of the mansion, which having all these really cool things, which yeah, just really cool for Mr. Maillard having this cool mansion and just messing around too. And of course, they're gonna have to go and sit outside and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they smell something cooking, and it's this burger or the sandwich truck, which, yeah, Rigby then suggests that they could just go over to there because it's literally right across the street and they'll be back before time. And they look both ways and no car is coming. So, yeah, they go over to there. And, yeah, a very interesting way of how they're making the sandwich. And then the mail truck ends up going, and, yeah, they don't have the code, and yeah, the gate even goes up or more, and then they jump the fence, and then the truck ends up leaving. And yeah, this with Benson though, like he is so angry. Literally, I mean, we've seen him angry before, but yeah, this part right here, like, jeez, like yeah, he is just furious and just saying of how they better not miss it again or there will be fired. Yeah, just the tone on that scene alone is just wow. Well done, made, I would say. And yeah, they're checking and having to do the redoing the package and even getting the call too on needing them to resend the package. And yeah, they're just goofing off. They're just goofing around inside the mansion until it is time for them to wait, which then it is 1:40, and them just still goofing off. And yeah, they're just talking about, is this what you imagined on, this whole responsibility? And like, the park isn't going to be here forever. And what is Rigby going to do after he gets his diploma? Just talking. And yeah, they then see the truck, and yeah, they end up locked out and causing the guard dogs to be released, which then they get chased by them after the guard dogs reaches to them, and then yeah, licking Rigby and having to take this car. And yeah, the guy with the package comes to the door, which yeah, they end up crashing, and we see them return to sender. And then yeah, they end up getting the package, and yeah, Mr. Maillard comes, and I would be very angry, but if I was Mordecai and Rigby, and yeah, he said he ordered a sandwich that was from that food truck, but it was in a different country. Like, what? After all that waiting, and of course he tells him to get out of his mansion to go home now. And yeah, after all that waiting, all that for a sandwich. Like, yeah, I would have a way different reaction. But then we go to another episode of this review, and it's another interesting one, and it starts with these girls. Well, Rigby is at school, and they're wondering if Rigby asked Eileen to the prom. And yeah, we see of how she actually accepts going to the prom because she's never been to one before. And yeah, we see that guy that was the substitute, gym teacher, and who is that bully as well, and wondering what kind of car is he gonna be getting Eileen in. And yeah, of course he tries going to different people to see if he can borrow their car. And of course Skip says no, Benson says no, Muscle Man says no, and of course he even tries asking Mordecai. I mean, dude, he's like he's your best friend. You know he doesn't have a car, and he even says, "I don't have a car." And then Don, he actually goes to his brother Don, which of course he says that Rigby trashed it, and he's having to been using this vehicle to be getting around. And then he asks about one other person that he could ask, and that is, yep, his dad. Yep, their dad. Which we see this picture that he's having to clean. And yeah, I don't really appreciate Rigby's dad a whole lot because, especially just how much he cares about his car more than his own son, of what it seems. And of course, they're there for dinner as well. And yeah, they always appreciate. It kind of reminds me a bit um of Hey Arnold, I guess you could say. How yeah, even Rigby's dad is more appreciative when it comes to Don than when it comes to Rigby. Even though Rigby is a bit older than Don, right? Like yeah, still kind of reminds me of Helga's situation, with Olga. And yeah, of course, he's saying of how Rigby cannot borrow the car and tells him to go into his room. Which, yeah, Rigby's mom goes over to where his room used to be, and even giving him the keys to his dad's car, and saying that she was not involved. And yeah, goes over to Eileen's and gives her this thing over her arm, and even seeing the car being able to drive, and giving it to the guy at the front, the keys, and getting these pictures, and even seeing everybody dancing. And yeah, this is very sweet though, just seeing Rigby dancing with Eileen, and we see this DJ, and everybody just appreciating on and approaching Eileen and Rigby. And yeah, Rigby's dad just complaining about this TV, trying to fix it, and he then says that his car is taken. And Eileen is wondering what's wrong. Which then Rigby is saying of how his dad just doesn't seem to notice him and more cares more about his car than Rigby. And then we see Rigby's dad all furious, and he even says that his car is more important than like yeah, that is bad parenting, I would say. Like you'd be a very bad parent if you even said that, even thinking like caring something more than your own child. And yeah, just wondering of where Rigby is, and even the principal and Rigby's dad is just yelling at each other about Rigby. And yeah, them just sitting out looking at the stars, and yeah, Rigby's dad coming and telling them to get into the car, that this problem is over. And yeah, just telling Eileen when they're driving, telling Eileen to cover her ears, which she covers her ears. And yeah, Rigby's dad just not being a good father, I would say. And yeah, end up going off of the road. And yeah, Rigby is just trying to tell his dad, just trying to straighten with his dad, right? Like, again, just a very sad moment, I would say, for Rigby, because, again, he just wants for his dad to be proud of him. And yeah, even Eileen trying to get him away from the wheel so Rigby can take the wheel and save them. And yeah, the rocks end up crumbling, and yeah, they end up not crushed, thankfully. And yeah, Rigby's dad actually doing something very crazy and wondering if he and Eileen are okay. And Eileen actually said this is the greatest night ever in Beth's first prom. And yeah, Rigby's dad actually saying that he has seen that Rigby has changed a whole lot, and he really appreciates how he is. He's saying that he can borrow the car more often. But yeah, really good episodes here. I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me go smoke. Extra.